if I'm looking for a job right now, like I'm jobless, instead of me, asking friends, family, people that I don't even know, like, please help me, I need a job. Do you know the job that I'll start looking for? I will start looking for a FIFO job. FIFO. Go on Indeed right now and type in FIFO. You'll see that a lot of companies are hiring. You can only find FIFO job in the mining industry, and that is where I'm working. I work in the mining industry, and most of my colleagues, they are not in Alberta here. I work in the Alberta oil field, and they don't base there. Everyone at the end of the shift go back to Ontario, go back to Quebec, go back to British Columbia, go back to Newfoundland, travel down. And let me tell you something, the company pay for their flight ticket. Their flight ticket is not from their pocket. Companies pay for that. And it's a rotation job. You go back home for 14 days, you come back, work for 14 days, go back home for 14 days. For the 14 days, you can stay on camp if you want to, eat free food, stay on camp, for and work, wake up, sleep, and all that. You don't need to pay anything and all. And after 14 days, you go back home to meet your family, your friends, and all. This is the kind of job I will start looking for if I were you and I'm jobless in this country. Or maybe you're working now and what you're earning is not up to par and you just need a new set of career. You want to change your career, start looking for a FIFO job. A lot, especially this moment, this time, winter is near. A lot of companies are hiring. They are just this is the best time to go into the oil industry, the mining industry. And this is not about Alberta alone. There are mining industry in British Columbia. There are mining industry in Ontario and all. And in this video, I'm going to share how you can come into the mining industry, the certification you need, to come, to get employed into the mining industry. The thing is that you need to add all this certification in your resume. It is very, very important. Most people make that mistake. They'll be like, oh, I've been applying for like 2 years or 1 year and no callback. It is because the HR didn't see that you have the requirement, the certification. There are some things we call them a cheat code, because if let me tell you something, if contractor put out a job right now, about 1,000 people will apply for that same position. But there are some code, there are some word that will be filtered that will now pick you like, okay, these are the 10 candidates, these are the 5 candidates that has that same requirement, what you're looking for. You don't need to have experience to work in the mining industry. Like I got employed with zero experience. And you have no choice. You will definitely learn it because you are working with tradesmen. You're working, what's it called? You are going, there's an old truck right beside you. You're working with electrician, you're working with mechanic, with iron man, with power engineering, with all these people. So you have the choice to, follow the line that you want, follow the route that you want. And one thing about working in the mining industry is that after working for some time, like for 6 months, 8 months, they will ask you, where do you want us to put you? So is either you go into the apprenticeship route, become an apprentice, become a tradesman like your colleague, or you become a manager, you admin, so go into the administrative route and all that. It's the leadership position. So there is always an opportunity because normally it's a mining industry. People don't stay in one position for a long time. So there's always an opportunity to grow in the mining industry. So it's not like all this office work or anything whereby you see one person working in that same seat for 20 years. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, some people will definitely move, retire, transfer to another position. Then opportunity is always open for anybody. So, and that's it. So I will advise you, check FIFO work. You don't need to move from Ontario to Alberta. You don't need to move from Quebec to that to work there. They will pay for your flight ticket. That is what we call flying, fly out. So they will pay for your flight ticket on from anywhere you are. You come and work. At the end of your shift, you go back home to your family. And that's it. Then it's a rotation every 14 days, every 20 days, the same cycle continue. You work for 20 days, you go back home for 20 days. You work for 14 days, you stay at home for 14 days and all. So the first requirements. So this is not a certification, this is not a ticket. The first thing you need to add to your resume is your driver's license. No company say this is a mining requirement. It's not a company one. Like it's not. This is not a company requirement. So mining industry in general, anyone, any employee need to have a driver's license. Anybody on site. That is why you don't see kids on site. There is no children. So you like it's not like a general industry. So in the mining industry, in the oil industry, they don't bring children or kids or anybody, or animals into the oil ground. So anybody on site need to be able to drive a vehicle. So now, because of any emergency, and also we work in group, we don't work alone. So we do work. You have your partner, you have your colleagues, and all that. What if something happened? What if there's an incident? So and you can't drive. So that is why it is a general mining industry requirement that everybody on site need to have a driver's license. So if you are looking for a job in the mining industry, you need to add your driver's license. To add it on your resume, like, hey, I have a driver's license. Driver's license. You have a class 5 driver's license. You have a class 1 driver's license. You have whichever driver's license you have, you need to add it into your resume. And the second certification, I will advise you. This is very, very important. Do you know why? Without this certification, you cannot even be on ground. Like you will not be issued what's it called, your site badge. So this certification is very important to get your site badge, and that is the common safety orientation. Without a common safety orientation, you cannot even work on site. So it is very, very important. You can do it online. Common safety orientation is a few hours course, and it's maybe cost less than $100 or something. So you can do it online and add it into your resume that you have a common safety orientation. It is very, very important. This will enlighten you, will train you on the common safety, like that the name already talks about what the course is all about. So now common safety, common incidents you might encounter, common thing in the in the mining industry. We incidents happen all the time. How to avoid it, how to go about it. You're working beside heavy equipment all the time. You're seeing different machineries and all that, different engine, different equipment every minute, every hour. So how to go about it, how to work in a safe manner and all that. That is what common CSO is all about. So CSO will guide you about the common safety in the mining industry. So the second certification, the second ticket I advise you to get is you to get your WHMIS. So now WHMIS is very important, especially if you're working, if you're looking for a job in the warehouse job in the oil field. We also have warehouse. So and it's different from Amazon. It's different from other warehouse outside there. So now, and because a normal warehouse worker earn about 40, 45, 50. So now per hour. So take home in a day about $600 or $700, depending on your position or your certification, what you have now. So warehouse job is very, 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 very important. And anybody, you don't even need to show up that experience. So if you get employed, even if you have 20 years of experience in forklift, if you as soon as you get employed, they will train you, because oil field in general is very, very safe. Like it's all about being safe. Like they want everybody to work safe, because like there's oil, like we have pipelines and everything everywhere. So everybody need to be able to work safe. You have to, even if you have 20 years of experience outside, you will still be guide, you still be trained for like the first month or 2 months. So now that is why we have orientation period. So now in the, if you like 3 months, some jobs 6 months orientation period. That orientation period is for the leader or your team lead or whoever is in charge to, to guide you on how things are being done in that position, in that organization. So like, because you have the experience outside doesn't mean, they'll just leave you and be like, okay, start working on it. No, 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 it doesn't work like that. So you'll be guided, you'll be trained, before you're here. If they now have that confidence in you, like, okay, you can do it, then they will leave you alone to start working. And you don't even work alone. We don't work alone in the oil field. You definitely have a partner or somebody you'll be working with and all that. So that is how things are. So now the second that I think, so having a remix is very important. So remix will guide train you about things, common incident, common things you might encounter, in the warehouse and all that. So remix is very, very, very important. It's a very important certification, especially if you will be working in the warehouse. So remix, old remix. So and you can do it online. You can do it online within 5, 6, or 7 hours. You get a certification online and add it into your resume that you have a remix. So the third certification, the third ticket I will recommend for you is fall protection. In the mining industry, any height above 5 feet, you need a fall protection. Everybody, like everyone, even a driver, has a fall protection. Everybody has a fall protection, but I would not advise you to get a fall protection online. Online fall protection, people they don't like it. Most companies don't like it. So online fall protection, I would recommend go for an in-class fall protection. You can do fall protection in class. So it's about 8 hours in class course. So now, and they are everywhere. They are so like there are organization companies that do in class for protection for people. So in class for protection, go for it and get the certification that will show that you did that for protection in class, not online. Most companies don't like online, especially when it comes to fall protection. So fall protection is very, very, very important, especially if you'll be working on height, like maybe you'll be operating equipment or you'll be climbing something or anything. Like it might just be a ladder, small ladder or anything, but if you are going to be climbing something, you will be required, even just a step, like maybe a truck, like, and you need to like climb that truck before you go in or anything. So you'll be required to have a fall protection. Fall protection is very, very, very important. Get a fall protection certification and add it into your resume, and you will be picked. I'm very, very sure of that. Another certification I would advise you to get is TGD, Transportation of Dangerous Goods. People don't realize that most people like don't get hired because of TGD. One thing about TGD is all about symbols. It's going to transportation of dangerous goods. So we have so many chemicals, so many symbols. Having TGD is very important because it shows that okay, now you are informed, so they don't need to pay extra for you to have it. So now you already have the certification and you put it. So most people don't get job in the oil field because they don't have all this certification in their resume. So you need to input it into your resume, and it shows that like you are saving the company a lot of time. So now, and you differentiate yourself from other people if they see that you already have all this requirement or this ticket. So it means that okay, like for example, you have the CSO, you have the TGD, the company don't need to do pay extra or maybe send you to go and do it again. So they will just be like, okay, submit the certification that you have. But still, there are some companies whereby there are some contractors like whereby they will still, even if you have it, they will collect that one from you, but they will still ask you to do some other online course, like their in-house courses and all that. So, or maybe still send you out to go and do the in class courses and all. So there are some company like that because they realize that people, most of these online courses, people don't pay attention to them. They'll just stay on the laptop and just click forward, 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 forward. At the end of the day, they'll use ChatGPT or anything, to answer the question and get certified. So they don't even know anything about that, course. So what most contractor will now do is that even if they hire you, if you have that course, it shows that you have the experience. They will still register you, for the online course or for in class, because they realize that people always cheat. Like, they don't know the certification that you submit, they don't know how you get it. Maybe you cheat or anything, but for their own, they will still train you in the, like, your first week or your second week. They will just set one laptop for you, put you in one office, then start doing it, and all that. So they will, as soon as you're done, they will see that, okay, you've completed it from their own website and all that. So that is how things are. So now, if you have any question or anything, there's so many other certification I will have talked about, but it all depends on the line of your work. So there are still some other certification, but those one I mentioned, they are very, very important. And even if you have that one and you don't have the rest, they will still hire you because you save them a lot of time, and they'll just register you, for the rest. So there are so many, depending on where you'll be working, there are still some in-house, some other one that you might need to get, but it all depends. But those are the general certification that you need to work in the oil field. Anybody, you don't need to have any experience. I do tell people, if I can do it, like, working in the mining industry is not hard. There's this saying that if you feel pain when you get home, that means that you are doing something wrong. Like, if you feel any pain when sign out, or maybe sign out from work and you get home, that means you're definitely doing something wrong. So, like today, I'm at work today, and now I'm making a video this evening. So that is how people, like, you have to work safe. We do work safe. This saying that if you feel any pain when you clock out from work and you get home, that means that you are doing something wrong. Like, every day, if you get home from work and you are feeling, yeah, back pain, oh man, leg pain, my neck pain, man, I worked too hard today, and that means that you are definitely doing something wrong. Because working in the mining industry, especially in the oil industry, it's a very safety sensitive industry, whereby they will always want you to work safe. And no company, no organization out here want you to, like, start feeling pain. There's the joy of working is to come back the next day, like, to be happy, like everyone, like, that is how they are paying you that much money, so that you'll be able to work safe, to be able to come back the next day, and all that, not to work yourself out. No, we don't work ourselves out here. So, and that is how things are. So if you have any question or you have anything, don't forget to drop it as a comment below, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.